Hello everyone, thank you for joining us on MNB World News Mongolia, where we bring you the latest stories and updates from across the nation and beyond. I am Batsirin Namshar. Our top stories for News Mongolia. President Khurelsukh hosts French officials on a state visit to France. The Australian Mongolian Extractives program, or AMEP, is participating in the Mongolian Mining Week 2023 event. The weight of cattle used for grazing decreases year by year. For the news, stay tuned. President of Mongolia Khurelsukh is continuing his visit to France. He's being accompanied by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Khurelsukh, Chief of President's Office, Sot Batar, and other officials. On October 11th, Mayor of Paris, Anne Hidalgo, paid a courtesy call on the President of Mongolia.
At the meeting, the two sides discussed issues related to urban planning, traffic congestion, air pollution, and green urban space in the capitals of the two countries. President Khurelsukh stressed the importance of exchanging best practices for addressing the problems that affect the quality of life of residents of the capital city and noted that he will support the cooperation between the two capitals in this area. In response, Mayor Anne Hidalgo of Paris expressed her commitment to not only addressing practical urban challenges but also to fostering cultural relations between the two cities. Additionally, the President of Mongolia expressed his confidence in the successful organization of the 33rd Summer Olympic Games, Paris 2024, as a symbol of peace and unity for humanity. He extended his best wishes for the success of this global event to Mayor Anne Hidalgo, concluding the meeting on an optimistic note towards international cooperation.
Following up the talks conducted during President Macron's visit to Mongolia, the two sides discussed further enhancing cooperation between two countries in many areas, including partnership between the capital cities in cultural areas such as museums and theaters.
On the same day, President Khurelsukh received the President of French Senate, Gérard Larcher. The Mongolian president extended his warm congratulations and best wishes for success to Gérard Larcher, who secured his re-election as the president of the Senate following a victorious outcome in recent parliamentary elections. President Khurelsukh expressed his contentment with the growing and evolving ties between Mongolia and France, attributing these positive developments to the collaborative efforts of both nations. A particular focus was placed on the pivotal role played by the close cooperation between Mongolia and France in creating a conducive legal framework that paves the way for the expansion of collaboration across various mutual interests. During the discussions, both sides engaged in a detailed exploration of ways to enhance their bilateral relations with a focus on the economy and investments. Two sides examined potential opportunities for cooperation and mutual support with the aim of achieving shared objectives that would foster a strong and lasting strategic partnership between Mongolia and France.
The Mongolian Mining Week event is taking place at the Shangri-La Hotel and Resorts from October 9th to 13th, and the second day of the event went successfully. During this event, participants were introduced to local partnership within the geology and mining industry through a cooperative program involving the mineral resources sectors of Australia and Mongolia.
Over the last 8 years, the governments of Mongolia and Australia have been collaboratively executing the Australia-Mongolia Mineral Resources Cooperation Program. By visiting the information gear, attendees had the opportunity to receive guidance and insights on exchanging information and establishing partnerships with geological exploration and mining companies, as well as with local communities and civil society organizations.
Our program is funded by the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade and AusAid. We have been here in Mongolia since inception in 2015 and are currently in our second phase, and our program will be ending in March 2024. This example today that you're seeing here is a model that we used in one of our communities. It is a community awareness and public consultation model that companies and government can use within the subnational level and roll it out to create that much needed awareness in and around the mine life cycle, geology, and really the mission of some of the companies within their host communities.
One of the most crucial matters for our industry is to comprehend, collaborate, exchange, and share information with local citizens. We have set up an information gear at our program's Mongolian Mining Week 2023 event at the Shangri-La Hotels and Resorts. By visiting this information gear, you can receive guidance on how the geology and mining industry can partner with rural communities, how to convey information most efficiently, and what type of information local citizens are most keen on. One of the primary challenges confronting mining companies is establishing effective communication with local communities and civil society organizations. Another significant issue is finding ways to resolve disputes between them. Since its inception, the Australia-Mongolia Extractives program has maintained a close working relationship with the government, private sector, and civil society organizations. This collaborative effort aims to enhance the investment climate within Mongolia's mineral resources sectors right from the outset. Experts have underscored their willingness to receive information and insights from mining companies, local authorities, and program experts.
Efficient animal husbandry is a key component of modern agriculture and livestock management. It aims to optimize the productivity and well-being of animals while minimizing resource use and environmental impact. In our next report, we'll meet a farmer from Canada who lives in Mongolia and practices efficient animal husbandry.
According to farmer Jeremy Thiessen, the weight of cattle grazing on unfenced pastures decreases by about 1 kilogram each year. He sells about 30 to 40 cattle a month and buys the same number of cattle afterwards. According to his 9 years record, the average weight of this year's cattle has decreased by about 10 kilograms compared to his first year.
Mongolian cattle gain weight well. However, the main problem is what they eat. Therefore, even bringing in fat cattle from other countries will not solve this issue.
Mongolian herdsmen look after cattle until they have been fattened, and it can take few years. For experienced farmer like Jeremy Thiessen, it's more of an unnecessary expense. Slaughtering a male calf as a cull is safe and economically rewarding, but traditional herdsmen graze until they are 5 to 6 years old, and their cattle will perish in 1 year's winter zot. When it comes to Jeremy, he buys cattle from herdsmen for about 1 million Mongolian tigriks, raises them for 4 months, slaughters them, and sells them for about 2.5 million Mongolian tigriks.
Looking at the average weight of the cattle in a yard through a computer program, the weight of a single cattle in the yard is increasing by about 700 grams to 1.4 kilogram per day. Gaining more than 700 grams of weight will make a profit. It'll be easy for the herdsman if he takes into account all the hard work required to look after the cattle for 3 years. Keep in mind the risk of a zot and then adopts more efficient way of farming and sells them when the cattle is young.
If the farmer don't grow his own fodder, it's less effective. Jeremy grows oats and fodder on 200 hectares per year. Those who don't own business can form a partnership or cooperative and grow the fodder and feed 4 cattle together. Officials believe that this efficient way of farming and approach should be supported by an agricultural policy.
By creating a base for the preparation of hay and fodder, it'll be the main impetus for the development of farming and intensive animal husbandry. Furthermore, it's advisable to establish a large number of farms and solve the problems of creating hay for feeding.
Mongolia has about 5.5 million cattle. If about 2 million of them are used for economic benefit every year, livestock farmers will have financial stability and the risk of tzot will be reduced. A well-fed heifer can fetch 800,000 to 1 million Mongolian tugriks, and herdsmen who sell 5 heifers or 2 years old cattle will earn about 4 million Mongolian tugriks annually. After raising cattle for 3 years in a traditional way and then selling them, the herdsman will fetch less than 2 million Mongolian tugriks. Therefore, herdsmen must bring their livestock into economic circulation at much shorter time intervals.
Now we shift our focus to the currency exchange rates, which have been provided by Mongol Bank. Next on our program, we'll turn our attention to international news sourced from our partner agencies. Estonia Defense Minister Hanno Pevkur and Finland Defense Minister Antti Hakonen jointly said that an investigation on damages to an undersea gas pipeline and telecommunications cable connecting Finland and Estonia is still ongoing.
They refused to speculate but announced a very probable external action behind it. Finnish and Estonian gas system operators on Sunday said they noted an unusual drop in pressure in the Baltic Connector pipeline, after which they shut down the gas flow. The Finnish government on Tuesday said there was a damage both to the gas pipeline and to telecommunications cable between the two NATO countries. According to Estonian authorities, the damaged area of the data cable owned by the Finnish mobile operator and internet service provider Elisa is likely located in Estonia's economic zone, and Estonia's military was investigating the matter.
First of all, we are still investigating. There are 2 investigations ongoing, one on the Finnish side and one on the Estonian side. And we are not speculating on any reason at the moment. Let the investigators do the job. But of course it is a very serious incident. And we continue very close cooperation with our Finnish friends and we try to have the first feasible results as soon as possible. But
our authorities discovered 2 damaged one gas pipeline and a data cable line, and now our investigations are ongoing. We cannot say at this stage who is behind this, but we can see that some kind of external action is behind this. And now the investigations are ongoing and the conclusions will come after.
But I've been in contact with many allies and we will continue to do that, and we will of course inform also here today and tomorrow our colleagues about this incident, and I've had already some offers from other countries to come to help, but first and foremost let the investigators to work. When we need an additional help, of course we will send this request out, and all the other measures which will be taken are definitely made together with all the allies, so we will make these decisions together.
The incident comes just over a year after the Nord Stream gas pipelines running between Germany and Russia and the Baltic Sea were damaged by explosions believed to be sabotage. The case remains unsolved. The pipeline incident was likely to be put on the agenda for a NATO Defense Ministries meeting in Brussels on Wednesday and Thursday.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you on Friday with more news and updates. Goodbye.